right, so I call this a DNS or breathing hip bridge. You don't necessarily need a band for this, a hip band for this, but I find that it helps to really activate the glutes. So we're going to go place the band on the thighs, just above the knees. Come to our bridge position. If you're not quite sure where that is, right, you want to just think about the heels being roughly maybe about a foot from the hip. It's going to kind of depend. The big thing is when you're up in that bridge position and your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are lined up, your knees are roughly at 90 degrees. If you find that your hamstrings are really cramping, maybe something else going on, but typically what you can do is you can walk your feet a little bit closer. And if you find that it's really, you're mostly feeling this in your thighs and maybe even potentially in your knees, you may want to walk your feet a little bit further out. So again, roughly 90 degrees at the knee when you're in full extension. So when we're doing this, what we want to do is we're going to make a ring with our thumb and index finger. We're going to place our thumbs on our low back ribs. Index finger is going to come around, right? We're going to grab that lower torso. So as you inhale, you want to think about inhale expanding laterally into the hands. At the top of the inhalation, we're going to top of the inhalation, we're going to move. So we're going to next big inhale, then we're going to exhale and press on up. As you lower, you're going to inhale. Again, think about inhaling into those hands, inhaling laterally into those hands. You're going to lower down just as far as you're able to keep that pressure even into the hands. And then press up. Again, inhale. Lowering down, expanding into the hands, expanding into the fingers. And exhale, press up. Again, inhale. Expand laterally. Only go down as far as you're going to maintain that pressure. Exhale, press up. So if you go down too far, what's going to happen is there's going to be a point where you're going to start to fold around that thumb. You're going to start to drop your hips and fold around that thumb. So again, we want to stay above that, where you don't lose that pressure outward, that lateral pressure outward. So we're just moving from the hip versus moving from the low back and spine. That's your breathing bridge. So again, inhale, lower, expand into those thumb and index finger. Exhale, press on up. Inhale, lower, expand the thumb and index finger. So for some people, it may be just, you may not be moving as far, you may not be as great of a range of motion, but again, it's really about maintaining this pelvic, low back, and rib alignment, so you're just moving primarily at that hip joint versus your lumbar back and your pelvis. All right, that's your breathing bridge.